In today's breaking story, Trump just signed a dictatorial executive order, but there's a big problem. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avallone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, Donald Trump is a madman. He's clearly morally bankrupt, and he tries to fill the empty void inside of him with limitless power and money. Only we can all see right through it. Now, Trump is even using the National Guard to stroke his tiny ego.
My name is Captain Dylan Blaha, and this message is for National Guard members throughout the United States. I've served in the Illinois Army National Guard for over 12 years, including a deployment to Afghanistan and a 3-year tour in Germany. What's going on right now is not normal. Last week, the president used a false crime narrative to justify deploying the DC National Guard. Today, the SecDef authorized them to carry weapons. Then, the president threatened Chicago. This isn't about crime. This is a power grab. Every military member, enlisted or officer, is legally required to disobey an unlawful order. An unlawful order is a directive that violates the Constitution, a federal law, an international law, or otherwise directs the service member to commit a crime. The Nuremberg trials established the global legal principle that just following orders is not a valid defense for war crimes. Military obedience does not require blind loyalty. The Military Whistleblower Protection Act protects service members who report legal violations or abuse of authority. If you're activated in the coming days, weeks, or months, I ask that you remember your oath to the Constitution and to the American people. Thank you, and good night.
At this point, he's even leaning towards communism, if it helps his ego.
During the campaign, you called Kamala Harris a communist, but the Biden-Harris administration, they never called for nationalizing a private company with the federal government like you're proposing with Intel. What do you say to some who say this is a bit hypocritical, and is this the new way of doing industrial policy?
Yeah, sure it is. I want to try and get as much as I can. If people come in and they need something, as an example, as a real estate person, if I have an agreement and I have any form of a stopgap where I can stop somebody from doing something, right? I have a covenant and an agreement, and they come to me and they say, would like to do something, but you have us restricted. If I do that, they usually have to pay. Now, in the case of Intel, it was interesting, but I hope I'm going to have many more cases like it. Intel came in. I met with the gentleman. I had a lot of respect for him. He came in under a little bit of a cloud. I liked his story. I thought he was good. I think he really means to do a good job with Intel. I said, I'd like to ask whether or not you'd give, because the story, a lot of people said I invested in Intel. I didn't invest, but I invest my heart in it and my soul because I want the country to be strong.
And now, in today's top story, Trump just signed a dictatorial executive order, but there's a big problem. Trump has decided to crack down on what he calls the desecration of the American flag, even though the Supreme Court has long ruled that burning or altering the flag is protected free speech under the First Amendment. Trump is doing it anyway. Since when has he cared about those pesky laws?
And what the penalty is going to be, if you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail, no early exits, no nothing. You get 1 year in jail. If you burn a flag, you get, and what it does is incite to riot. I hope they use that language, by the way. Did they?
Yeah, incitement is
incite to riot. And you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail. You don't get 10 years, you don't get 1 month. You get 1 year in jail, and it goes on your record. And you will see flag burning stopping immediately.
The order instructs the Attorney General to vigorously prosecute people who violate flag desecration laws and to even pursue litigation to limit free speech protections on this issue. It goes further, directing officials to send cases to state and local authorities and even strip visas, residence permits, and naturalization proceedings from anyone accused of desecrating the flag. Trump justified this power grab by saying, quote, "The American flag is a special symbol in our national life that should unite and represent all Americans of every background and walk of life. Desecrating it is uniquely offensive and provocative. It is a statement of contempt, hostility, and violence against our nation." But here's where things get interesting. Trump may be super against desecrating the flag, unless, of course, the desecration strokes his ego. Recently, an artist unveiled a bizarre piece of pro-Trump performance art. In front of Trump himself, the artist literally desecrates the flag for nearly 2 minutes straight, and Trump sat there loving it.
These are all your points, sir, from your presidency on here. And this is for you. We want to give this to you. And I would love it if possibly you could go in the White House. You could go in the White House.
Oh, we can put that in the White House.
That would be awesome, sir.
I'd put that in the White House. That would be fun. We'll pick a great spot. We've got plenty of good spots. It's a big building. I like that. Yeah. I like that. Let me see.
Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for being friends. Thank you for.
Are they the same?
No, this is a little smaller.
No, I meant the buttons up top. Are they similar to that?
No, these are all from your presidency. Each one has something to do with your presidency. It's for you, sir.
Good job.
Thank you.
And if you think that's just an exception, think again. Trump has also defended and even pardoned people who desecrated the flag when it suited him politically. So let's be clear, this order has nothing to do with patriotism, freedom, or respect for America. It's about control, and about Trump once again bending the rules of democracy to serve himself. Thanks so much for watching. Please click that like button and subscribe to Occupy Democrats so that you can stay informed and help us stop Donald Trump.